Welcome to The Beat. Today we'll hear the poet Cassandra de Alba read her poems I Wore My Boots Like She Always Did, music video treatments for a song in which I don't get what I want, and Let's Go Back. She'll follow by reading the poem Taxi by Amy Lowell.
I wore my boots like she always did, and I plucked a bee off the sidewalk this morning, and she was still dead. I kept clumsily dropping it on my way to something sweet, and a car full of girls watching me pick it up for the third time called me a humanitarian. I took a picture of the new flowers I left it on, and she was still dead. The flowers weren't there yesterday, and how dare they, showing up to a world without her in it. But they had been here, only different, buds waiting to become themselves. I walked past them yesterday and knew it would be soon, the idea of the flowers waiting inside their green bodies. It was like that, too, the idea of her death. We all knew what would come. But still, what a surprise, when in the morning, all those bright blooms. Music video treatments for a song in which I don't get what I want. A warped cassette collapses as it plays, catches fire, burns down the small room where I am a dark shape against white walls. A slow tracking shot centers me in an empty concrete basement as I silently vomit silver glitter from a standing position. My heart melts through my chest, thick and waxy, and puddles on the floor. The puddle dries to a high shine. A boot comes down and cracks it. An object in the sky is revealed to be my right hand, poorly manicured, with its fingers crossed. The assembled birds attack and devour. Let's go back. Take this vending machine ring with its cracked plastic jewel. Shove it on my dirty finger, like marriage isn't the punchline to a joke your mother tells. Let's run away to the woods. I have 3 peanut butter sandwiches and 7 chapter books. Let's pretend our parents are as dead as they will be in a decade. Let's fall through the floor of a rotting tree fort. Between us, we can almost light a match. So what does the world have left to teach us? Your boots are strong enough to survive the winter. My hair is long enough to hide behind forever. Who could imagine anything else to need? The Taxi by Amy Lowell. When I go away from you, the world beats dead like a slackened drum. I call out for you against the jutted stars and shout into the ridges of the wind. Streets coming fast, one after the other, wedge you away from me, and the lamps of the city prick my eyes so that I can no longer see your face. Why should I leave you, to wound myself upon the sharp edges of the night?
You just heard Cassandra de Alba read her poems I Wore My Boots Like She Always Did, music video treatments for a song in which I don't get what I want, and Let's Go Back. She followed with Taxi by Amy Lowell. De Alba was kind enough to record these poems for us at her home in Massachusetts. Cassandra de Alba has published several books, including Habitats by Horseless Press in 2016, Ugly Sad by Glass Poetry Press in 2020, and Cryptids, which was co-authored with Aly Pierce and published by Gingerbug Press in 2020. Her work has appeared in The Shallow Ends, Big Lux, Wax 9, The Baffler, Verse Daily, and others. Amy Lowell was born in 1874 in Brookline, Massachusetts. She was educated in private schools in Boston and at her home. Lowell's first significant publication came in 1910 when her poem Fixed Idea was published in the Atlantic Monthly. She was 36 years old. 2 years later, her book A Dome of Many-Colored Glass was published by Houghton Mifflin. She went on to write several other books of poetry, and she was a key figure in the Imagist movement led by Ezra Pound. She wrote a major biography of the poet John Keats, which was published in 1925, the same year in which she died. Lowell's book, What's a Clock?, won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry in 1926. You can find books by Cassandra de Alba and Amy Lowell in our online catalog. Also look for links in the show notes. Please join us next time for The Beat.
Thank you for listening to and sharing this podcast from Knox County Public Library in Knoxville, Tennessee. Music by Chad Crouch. Explore life-changing resources on our website, knoxcountylibrary.org. Find our podcasts under the Programs menu, including over 100 book and author talks. knoxcountylibrary.org, your essential connection for lifelong learning and information.